Alright, thanks for checking out my video. We're in Detroit right now, on the east side, off Gratiot. Take you on a little ride through the east side of Detroit, go through some of the neighborhoods. Kind of an earlier morning. Towards the end of the video, you'll see downtown Detroit. And that'll be really nice, cloudy day. So if you like this video at the end, please give me a like. This is Gratiot. If you're familiar with Detroit, I'm by Gratiot and 7 Mile. I'll work my way towards downtown, which will just be straight. I'll go through some of the neighborhoods. That'll be kind of a longer video. Eventually I have to end up downtown. It's a cloudy day. Not a lot of people out. But this is the east side of Detroit here. The big east side of Detroit's big. That's for sure. Cloudy day too. 70 degrees. East 7 Mile we just passed. About a minute I'll go through one of the neighborhoods. This is one of the main streets on the east side of Detroit, and it'll take you into the suburbs too, you know, if I go the other way. But I'm going towards downtown now. I'm trying to think of a good side street to go down. Maybe up here. Smoke shop. Recreational weed. A lot of hair supply stores, liquor stores, restaurants, some abandoned buildings. Muffler shop. I think we're gonna make a right up here. See what it's on. Alcoy Street. Never been down here. I'm very familiar though with Detroit from doing Lyft, and Lyft would send me all over the place. You know, not only Detroit, but you know, downriver, suburbs. Kind of a lot of wow. Okay. Huh. I'll show you something right here. So you get houses like that. That's crazy. Set the camera up. But it's one of those type of neighborhoods though, you know. East side Detroit has a lot of good areas and a lot of bad areas. And it's unfortunate. I gotta set up something here. Get going. I was just looking at something else, but that was just a random street. And like I was saying, you know, East Side's got good and bad areas, but off of East McNichols, looks pretty rough. Kind of turn and make a left, go back towards that street I was on, Gratiot. But yeah, you know, East Side Detroit has some pretty rough places, but you'll see towards the end of the video pretty nice places. That's like everywhere though. I was out in New York and Philadelphia about 6 months ago, and you know, out there same thing, good and bad. But that's somebody's ride though, you know. They're probably like, you know, what happened to my car, my SUV? And there it is off Gratiot. So you always gotta lock your cars. Make sure you know who's driving them too. What street is this? Fairport Street. Kind of a rougher neighborhood. But it's before 9 in the morning, so not too much going on. We'll make a right up here. It'll be Gratiot, that main street that I was on. when I started the video. La Plaza. What's that? It's a weird noise. Wait for the traffic to go and we'll make a right. Trying to figure out where that noise is coming from. I don't know if you can hear it. Yeah, it's weird. That's a weird noise, but we're getting ready to go. Make a right. Make our way towards downtown. I'll go down 2 or 3 more streets. Side streets up here. Get into a different neighborhood. The traffic's starting to pick up. But there's a lot going on in Detroit, you know, especially downtown in certain areas. And a lot of building, a lot of restaurants, hotels, everything. You know, I think Detroit, out of all the major cities in the United States, Detroit's building a lot. I don't know, you know, obviously I live here, so I don't know what the news is like in the rest of the country about Detroit. But I can tell you from, you know, my perspective that, you know, as someone that's in the city every day, there is a lot of growth. And you know, you do have some, you know, kind of rougher areas like that. But for the most part, Detroit's a pretty big city. And most of it, in my opinion, is pretty well kept. And they're trying to do the best they can to, you know, tear down all the abandoned houses and buildings. And, you know, like I said, I'm in Detroit every day, and I can see proof of that, you know. East Outer Drive, that's what this road is. A lot of hair braiding places. If you ever want to get your hair braided, come to Gratiot. City Airport on the right. You can't really see it. I might turn the camera a little bit when I'm stopped. But Detroit has City Airport, Coleman A. Young International Airport. You know, if you ever would ever fly into Detroit, you'd go to Metro Airport. But that's like the mini airport right there. So like if you're somebody like, you know, Snoop Dogg or whoever, you'd Elon Musk, for whatever reason, you know, pretty wealthy people, if they want to come to Detroit, they got a private plane, that's where they'd fly into. And the international airport right there. I was there maybe 3 years ago. I do photography. I was there for a photo event, and they opened up the hangar for us, and they had a whole bunch of cars, and it was a really nice time. I would have done a YouTube video if I was on YouTube back then, you know, but hopefully I'll get more opportunities like that in the future, and I'll post it to the YouTube. That'll be nice, something different. Tracks here. Dispensary. A lot of dispensaries in Detroit. There's recreational weed, 21 and over. Look at that. A cloudy day. They told us it was going to be sunny, but you know, the weather here doesn't really cooperate that much. They make better made chips on the left. Factory store, when it's open, you can go in there and get any type of better made chip that was available. Gratiot and Harper. We'll go over 94, I-94, so Gratiot 94 area, if you're familiar with Detroit. I'm glad we're going kind of fast. I hate being stopped at lights. this is going to be kind of a longer video. I'm starting to see downtown Detroit a little bit. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. It's kind of cloudy. Detroit police. We'll go down one of the side streets soon in a couple minutes. Trying to figure out a good area, good neighborhood. Wow, this I really expected it to be sunny. I think I will, let's see. I'll make a right down this street. See what this Seminole Street, show you a little bit of this area. About 10 minutes from downtown Detroit on the east side. This would be like one-way street. You know, you can kind of see on the right here. I'll turn the camera a little bit. What you looking at? You know, at one time, every house was occupied, you know, and wow, kind of at one time everybody lived, or everybody had every house had somebody in it. Now you see a lot of abandoned lots. You know, that one's for sale right there. Wonder how much that would be. You'd have to do some work to it, but you know, it's pretty affordable. Cheap out here to live. You can get some big houses out here though. Go back towards Gratiot. Another one-way. Street is just, I think it said Maxwell Street. Quiet. Now you hear the birds. Some newer places. They must have just built those. Maxwell Street. We'll make it right up here. That's what it's like to live on Maxwell Street. See how much traffic there is. But Detroit's big, and different sides. East side, west side. Then you got Southwest Detroit and different neighborhoods, and they all have, they're all unique in their own way. I mean, even out here, it might not look like the best neighborhood, but, you know, you'd be surprised you can find a good restaurant, you know, good place to shop, anywhere, you know. A lot of clothing stores out here, you know, if you want to get your hair braided or, you know, anything involving hair or fashion or whatever, you know, you'd be surprised what you find. Got a flat tire over there. I think you can kind of see some of downtown if you look really close ahead. It's kind of foggy, cloudy. We'll get closer there. Warren, if you're familiar with Detroit. Finally. Now here's some bass. Oh, it's shaking my camera. Loud. Sometimes you get them loud. A lot of abandoned buildings to explore too, if you're into urban exploration. They're tearing them down though, but you know, I just looked at on the corner on the left, you couldn't see his abandoned church. But a lot of people do the urban exploring out here. You know, you gotta be safe though. You know, I've been in some of the abandoned buildings, you know, back in the day. They're not really back in the day, a couple years ago actually, but you know, I might go in a couple of them, put them on the YouTube. I try to be safe though, you know what I mean? It's all about safety. Yeah, you can see more of the More to the downtown area. Mount Elliott. Yeah, that looks cool. Fago. If you've ever heard of Fago, it's got the factory on the right. So supporting Detroit. Detroit's got a lot of good food. A lot of good food, a lot of good restaurants. And also, you know, just a lot of good food in general. You know, especially if you go to northern Michigan, you know, you can find a lot of good food, from like pies and cakes, and you know, I've been all the way up to the UP, and I honestly can't remember eating in a bad restaurant, even if it's just for a burger. You know, burger and fries, whatever you can think of. You know, good fish, you can get it all here. Getting closer towards Detroit. Eastern Market, if you're familiar with the Eastern Market, that's up here to the right. What is it, 16 minutes on the video? So it took me 16 minutes from 8 Mile and Gratiot to get to here, which is pretty much downtown. We'll be there in a couple minutes, so 20 minutes. A lot of road construction, road closed everywhere. On the right, a good gumbo place, Louisiana Creole Gumbo. I recommend that place. I've eaten there a lot of times. I like going there in the wintertime, colder months, get some gumbo. That's I-75. If I wanted to go like south, like towards Toledo, Ohio, or out of Detroit, that's where I'd go. And you'll see some of downtown. I want to make this a 30-minute video. I'll do like 12 minutes, maybe 13 minutes. I think it says 17 minutes in downtown. Show you a little of that. A lot of artwork downtown. A lot of artwork in Eastern Market, graffiti. Which you can see on the right, you know, you got murals all over. Churches. That's nice. The road construction and the orange signs make it look kind of ugly, but you know, that's one of the bad things about living around here. But there's a lot of good things. You can see all the well, not all of downtown, but a lot of it up ahead. I'm trying to think if I should go right or left or straight. I think I'll go straight for a little bit. To the right is where the Lions play. You can't really see it, but Detroit Lions play down here. All the teams are down here. All the stadiums are pretty close by. You know, it's a big thing for the city. I wish we had like championship teams, but you know, that's another discussion. But the stadiums themselves, the insides of them, I've been in all the stadiums and they're all very nice. You know, it can get expensive to go in there, but you know, if you have the opportunity to see a game, you know, do it. Sometimes they have some minor league team in there or some other team. You know, you watch them, it's a little bit cheaper to get in. You're not seeing the professional teams, but you're still getting the stadium experience. You know, I saw a college team play in Ford Field not too long ago, and it was really nice. They won too. I can't think of the team, but I believe it is a college team. This is downtown going towards Woodward. On the right, they're building the Hudson building. That's going to be, I think, 700 feet tall. But you can see that the roads are terrible. But this is Woodward right here. Another main road up in, you can see where it said Hudson site on the right. That's for the Hudson building. But anyways, Woodward right here. Right here is another main road in Detroit. trying to adjust my camera a little bit while I'm stopped. There, get more of a... Woodward, you know, is another main street. Take you, you know, through Detroit. If you were to visit Detroit, you definitely know Woodward, prime and proper. Very expensive, nice restaurant. Never been there before, but I heard it's over $100 for a steak in there. So if you got that kind of money, then check out Prime and Proper. I've heard nothing but good things about that place. Make a right, Washington. Yeah, they're doing a good job of renovating, you know, all the buildings down here. Book Tower on the left. I want to try to get in that building soon, Book Tower. I'll put it up on my page when I do. At least do a short video. The inside of that building I hear is beautiful. Grand River. A lot of people are starting to walk around, walking their dogs. Downtown Detroit's pretty safe in my opinion, you know. As long as you don't run over people that are walking their dog. But it's very chill down here. They're gonna do the fireworks in like 3 days. You know, I'm gonna put a video of that up on my page. But the Detroit fireworks are a good time. You know, you gotta be safe, obviously. You know, all these crazy random shootings and everything. But you know, it's a good time down there. I just wish there were a lot less. Obviously, everybody wishes there were a lot less crime. A lot less of these shootings that are going on. But you know, you can't let that stop you from living your life. You know, you can't. You gotta be safe, but if there's something that you wanna do, you know, you just gotta keep an eye out, you know? And I don't let that stop me from going to the fireworks and doing things and, you know, experiencing life. It's just a shame though that there's so many of those random shootings nowadays. Oof. I don't know if you saw that, but I almost hit a bird. There's Washington Street, Michigan Avenue up here. Very quiet down here. Very quiet in general, you know. Detroit's a party city, but you know, it's not like Miami or Vegas or some of these other places. I come down here, you know, Sunday through Thursday night, it's pretty quiet. You can find things to do, but it's not, you know, like jam-packed with people. During the weekends it can get pretty busy, but overall it's a very chill vibe, you know what I mean? Like, you know, every night, you know, when I used to live in South Florida, there'd be traffic jams every night, and you know, I miss that nighttime experience. But at the same time here, you know, on a weeknight, you can come down here, get some good food, go to a nice, you know, nice place, and not have to deal with all that traffic, and you know, you can just get in and out pretty quick. And that's one of the things I like about Detroit. You can find something to do, but it's not like you're always having to, you know, fight with traffic and parking, and you know, it's a lot more affordable down here. And they have a lot of restaurants, and you know, it's a good time. Now we make a left. This is Fort Street right here. Doing my best to make this. I want to make this a 30-minute video. I just got to 1,000 subscribers, so you know, if you're one of those subscribers, you know, I really appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And I'm gonna do an East Coast trip soon, a couple weeks. I think that my job's gonna have me going to 11 or 12 different states, but I actually have a job to do. But when I'm not doing the job, I plan on doing some videos. You know, I'll be going towards New York and the New England states and all those places, so that'll be a lot of fun. But as long as I do my job, when I'm not doing my job, I can do photography and videos, and that's what my plan is. So, you know, if you're into these type of videos, please subscribe, and I'll be out walking more and, you know, taking advantage of the summer. And let's see, we're gonna keep going. I know what I'll do. I'll go straight and then I'll make a right. I gotta work on the 4,000 viewing hours. That's the last of the monetization requirements, and hitting 1,000 subscribers is one of them. It's a big one, but overall in the YouTube journey, getting that 4,000 viewing hours is the toughest challenge versus getting the 1,000 subs. I'm very happy about the 1,000 subs, but the work is still has to be continued to get to that monetization. It's not really about the money though, you know. I do want to make the money, but I also want to get these videos out of Detroit and places, you know, to as many people as I can, because I enjoy doing it, and especially because I'm around Detroit, I want to do some good Detroit videos, you know, get Detroit more on the map. Got a lot of good things going on here. A lot of rappers, up and coming rappers are now getting noticed. You know, and the fashion scene, I do some fashion photography, and that's getting seen too, so there's a lot going on here. Huntington Center, like where all the conventions are, conferences. Renaissance Center right there, that's the biggest building in Michigan. They got a nice restaurant on the top called the Highlands. I was there over a year ago. I can recommend that place. If you want good views of downtown Detroit, check out the Highlands. It's in that that building right there. Hart Plaza's to the right. They got all the electronic music festival was there. The African World, I think they call it the World Festival, is going to be there. That's going to be a good time. See Detroit Police right there. I have to make a right. You can get to Canada if you make a right. A lot of people don't know how close we are to Canada. See the Canadian flag? Right there is a tunnel. You pay $6, you can go to Canada. You get there in like 20 minutes. We got a bridge we're building. We got the Ambassador Bridge. Actually, you know what? I'll show you. I got some time. See where it says Tunnel to Canada right there? You pay $6, I believe, and you can drive over there. And it'll take you to, you know, downtown Windsor, Canada. They got Caesars Windsor there, which is a casino, and I believe it's pronounced Olette Avenue. I know the sign, I know how to spell it, just not the pronunciation. I hope I got that right. But that's a nice place to get some food, get some drinks, and yeah, you take a tunnel under Lake Erie, which is a lake on the right, and a lot of people don't know that. There's a lot of people in Michigan that don't even know that, but there's an actual tunnel you can take into Canada. I'm glad I caught that too. Underneath Lake Erie, and it would take me, like, honestly, it would take me 20 minutes to get over there. You need a passport or an enhanced driver's license, which I have, and you can get that. It's pretty cheap. I think it's $150 for the passport, and an enhanced probably $100. But yeah, as long as you don't have a criminal record, don't bring any guns, don't bring any weed. You know, in my, you know, social circle, somebody actually bring weed over there, because I think weed is legal over there. Weed's legal here, weed's legal over there, but that doesn't mean you can buy weed from here and take it over there, and vice versa, you know what I mean? So don't bring weed, don't bring guns, you know, make sure your ride's clean if you smoke, and in my opinion, they're a little bit strict, but as long as you're a normal person, you can get over there. I'll make it right. Yeah, I was really surprised. I heard one of my friends' friends decided to bring weed over there, and I think they were let go. I don't think they bring a lot over there, but you still, you know, you still don't want to do it. This is a newer area, right? This little area, nicer places, real nice places. So you can live pretty close to downtown, and if you want to live this type of life, you know, in condos and apartment homes, I think they call them, or condos, I call them condos, but I think in Florida they call them apartment homes and condos.